Hello, and welcome to the Woo is True podcast. I am your host, Dr. Nicole Garitano. I like to refer to myself as a recovering academic and healthcare provider, and I now help other people develop their intuition and really come to terms with this idea of science and spirituality. I am a lover of both evidence and divine coincidence. So let's see if you're in the right place. Are you someone who's ever wondered how spirituality and science fit together? Maybe you've questioned what you learned through traditional religion, or you've had experiences that you know have a deeper meaning and you just aren't sure how to figure those out. If so, the Woo is True is for you. In this podcast, I want to make the practical mystical and the mystical practical, because I know there's a way to balance the two and learn from both. It doesn't have to be either or, it can be both and. Both practical and spiritual, both science and energy, both concrete and ethereal. So let's swap or for and dive into the woo. Hello, and welcome to day 2 of the Balance Being Reset. So I hope you enjoyed yesterday's content around our sleep cycles and just the importance of that in terms of resetting and rebooting, not just our physical body, but our mental and spiritual bodies as well. So today I want to talk about one of the other steps. So we talked about 2 of the steps yesterday. Today, I want to talk about the next step in the balance being formula. And today, we're going to dig into this idea of really protecting our energetic field, the energy around us, the energy that infuses through our physical body. And so many times when people think about the energy of their body, we think of the chakra energy centers within the body. If you've done deeper study, you may have studied about the meridians. We may think of the auric field around us, and all of those are accurate and true. And I think what's really fascinating is we do have scans now, right, that can take pictures and show us what that auric field around us looks like. So we know there is evidence of this energy through our body emanating outside of our body. And I'm going to take a little bit deeper dive today and really introduce you to this idea of like energetic hygiene. So with my healthcare background, there was a lot of hygiene involved in going to nursing school and being a nurse practitioner. And, we all engage with normal everyday hygiene. Like we would get up and brush our teeth and take a shower, right? We wash our bodies. We do these things to be clean, to have a certain level of hygiene. And we don't give a lot of attention to actually our energetic hygiene and how we really keep our energy field clean, day to day. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a lens to think about this through. So, your energy is impacted each day. So have you ever like walked into a room and you could feel something was going on in here before I came in? Or, you're sitting at a restaurant and you can just sense that the table next to you, there's like weird energy, right, coming off that table. Or you are walk into the grocery store and you just automatically feel like a little bit different. So sometimes we'll feel the energy's off. Other times, like when we get to a party, if it's somewhere we really want to be, we feed off that energy of the other people around us and it actually feels really good. So it's not that it's right or wrong, but it does run on this continuum. So many times, though, we're not really in tune with our own energy and where the baseline is for our energy day to day. And so when we're not in touch with our own baseline energy, we're much more susceptible to being influenced by the energies of other people around us, the environments that we're in, the material we're consuming on social media or on the television. All of that penetrates our energetic field throughout the day. So what I try to work on with all of my clients is starting to really tap into what your normal energy patterns feel like throughout the day. Now, these fluctuate, they change. We have certain schedules that we're likely following throughout the day. So this really starts with tapping into, okay, what do I feel like throughout the day? And maybe tracking it. So if you want to journal something like this, if you want to take some voice notes on your phone, if you just want to make a mental note, it's really about growing our self-awareness around this. So like when you first wake up in the morning, really start to notice, okay, how do I feel even as I'm first waking up? Am I waking up with a lot of things on my mind? Am I reaching immediately for my phone? Did I have a restful night's sleep? Just really tapping into that and noticing, like, am I waking up refreshed? Am I waking up like excited for the day? Am I waking up dreading something that's about to happen that day? And then kind of tracking throughout the day as you're doing different activities. Where's your energy level at? How are you feeling as you engage with those activities, with the different people, within your household or within your work setting? Really start to track that and see, where is your energy going? Who are you giving your energy away to? Where are you actually receiving energy from other people or activities? And just let yourself be curious around it. This isn't right or wrong. It's really more about noticing, like, where we're giving energy, where we're receiving energy. And when we're giving, what type of energy are we giving? And when we're receiving, what type of energy are we receiving? So if we use this example, for me, I wake up in the morning, I have a child, I have to take care of her. So there's a certain level of energy I'm giving her throughout the day. I have pets. So I'm giving a certain level of care and concern and energy to my pets every day. I have a spouse. So I'm giving a certain level of energy, focus, commitment to him every single day. And then I have clients that I serve. So I'm giving them a level of energy every day. Now, if I just tally through that, there are probably times, right, that my daughter is misbehaving. And so she may not be getting my best energy, right? If I'm in disciplinary mode, there could be times I butt heads with my spouse. He may not be getting the best energy, right, from me. Typically, my clients are going to probably be getting my best energy. A lot of times, the pets, right, could end up getting my better energy. But me just being aware of that um, really helps me know, like, where I am feeling more depleted in certain areas of my life, and where I'm feeling like more rejuvenated, like where my cup's really getting filled. And so, I work with mentors and coaches too. So that's one way I receive energy. I could go out with friends or family, and in that social dynamic, my cup is filled, right? Like I'm receiving positive energy. So just start to track that for yourselves, because this is such a key piece of our day to day. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is, you can call your energy back. So while, yes, we love the other people in our lives, we love our clients, we might love the work that we do, as we're getting ready to go to bed at night, we need to call that energy back to ourselves. We don't want to leave energy lingering anywhere, because calling that energy back, we allow our energetic system to refuel while we sleep at night. Okay. So I really want you to think, if you listen to day one, if you haven't, go back and listen to it. We talked about that sleep wake cycle and really good, like, sleep hygiene, and really being in tune to that circadian rhythm to get our bodies reset, get our minds, our spiritual bodies reset. So, what I'm going to talk about, the energetic system now. So, I've studied a lot about the Hara energy system, and I'm not going to get into the deep specifics of it, but what I want you to understand is, much like our spine is innervated with different nerves that send signals out through our limbs, you know, through the brain, out through the rest of the body, right? There is an intricate circuitry along our spinal columns, just like our blood vessels, right? They branch off, they infuse blood to our organs, to different parts of our body. Our energy system is very, very similar. So, the major energy system is this Hara energy system, and it actually innervates the chakra energy system. And then from there, it spreads out and innervates the meridians, the nadis, any type of energetic system that you've heard about or you've studied. They each innervate each other. So it is a branching system. And that, we can get a good picture of that, right? Like, we can really picture that in our heads, like, oh, okay, maybe the energy is making more sense. What's different a little bit about our energetic system is that it does radiate beyond our body. So then we have that auric field that continues out around us. Okay. Where We don't have that within our physical body necessarily, when we think about the spine or our vascular system. The idea is that these are all connected. So our energetic system very much interacts with these physical dynamics of our body, and then it extends out beyond us to interact with the energies of those people surrounding us on a daily basis. Okay, so if you think of us as energy balls, walking around, you can imagine, even if we think about it like a pool table, right? Balls can clash, right? Sometimes they line up perfectly and go right in the pocket, right where they're supposed to. But we are these balls of energy. So when we're in alignment and we have really good energetic hygiene, our physical body benefits from that. And then the people surrounding us benefit from that too. Now, I will say, as you get better at your own energetic hygiene, you'll be able to pick up on the people around you that don't have good energetic hygiene or don't have a great self awareness around their own energy. So that's one of the ways you kind of know you're on track as you continue to develop this particular habit within the formula. So I just do a simple practice, and you can do this at night before bed. You can do it throughout the day if it serves you. But when I lay down at night, I call my energy back from all the places that I've sent it during the day. So I might call it back from my daughter, right? From my spouse, from that client call, from that news story I watched, from that, television show that had the cliffhanger ending. Anywhere I know I've given my energy, and I can consciously think about it, I just start imagining that energy coming back to me. This can be like threads of light just coming back into your heart center, coming back into your being. But you want to collect all of that so that as you fall asleep, you're you're encompassing it. You're allowing then that sleep wake cycle, those pieces of restoration, rejuvenation, the healing that we know actually goes on during sleep. We want our energy to also be healed in that way so that it stays really clean, and we aren't necessarily like waking up with negative energy to start our day. So you can imagine when we leave it lingering, right? If you leave your energy lingering with that work project that's really stressing you out, you automatically wake up probably with that top of mind, or it doesn't take long before you're already feeling like the heaviness, the angst, the pressure, to either figure it out or get it done. Where when you can disconnect from that energy while you sleep, you can wake up refreshed and renewed and go towards it with like a newfound vision, right? Like your brain will almost be reprogrammed overnight to look at it with fresh eyes as you go and dig into that particular project for the day. So this goes for relationships too, right? If we're struggling in certain relationships, calling our energy back from that before we fall asleep allows that to be refreshed, be renewed, so that we can wake up with a fresh perspective on it for the day. So I will say my clients that are able to do this, they do tend to overcome some of the challenges a little bit more quickly. Things that used to really weigh them down for longer periods of time, they have these fresh reframes on a daily basis. And so the problem solving aspect, that cognitive aspect where we're really in our minds, that becomes so much clearer. We start to see new directions, new possibilities, just in a way that we didn't feel was possible before we were truly pulling that energy back. So, um, I feel like this is such a pivotal piece to the reset in general. It's something very easy you can do. If you're feeling stressed, during the day, you can call your energy back from whatever is stressing you out. It only takes a matter of seconds. I do have a recorded version of this, so I will be sure to drop that in the notes. Below this recording, if you're interested or you need to be guided through it. And I always say, once people listen, to the recording a few times, they very naturally are able to do this for themselves. So it's also a very empowering practice because you can do it right before you fall asleep. If you wake up in the morning and you feel like, oh, I had like a dream that was unsettling, call your energy back right then from that dream during the day. When you feel yourself maybe coming up against the edges or feeling stressed or off center, just go ahead and call your energy back. I love it. We can teach it to our kids, right? It's just a very simple exercise that can be repeated throughout the day, and it cleanses, right? It cleanses the auric field, it cleanses the internal energy system, and then those positive reverberations are felt all throughout our physical, mental, and emotional bodies. So, I hope you've enjoyed learning about this step of the balance being formula. Thanks for filling your ears with possibility today. You can find all the resources shared in today's episode in the show notes or description, depending on which platform you are tuning in from. Until next time, remember your understanding starts inside of you. So stay true to your woo.